Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Stonetta, and today I'll be taking you with me as I fix my family supper, Boston butt, as well as two of the sides that I fixed with it. We'll cook our Boston butt in our crock pot and add one whole medium onion. Don't worry about cutting your onion too small because it will cook down along with your Boston butt throughout the day. Now it's time to season. You want to completely cover the top of the Boston butt with your favorite beef seasoning. This seasoning is my husband's special mix, and I'm sorry I can't share it. Now we're going to add equal parts of chicken and beef broth to the crock pot to the sides of the Boston butt. We want to add enough broth where it is reaching the top but not covering, and don't worry if your seasoning moves, it will continue to flavor. Now add your lid and set your crock pot on high for 8 to 10 hours. This is going to be so tender. Look at that bone, it comes out perfectly clean, so that means you have tender, juicy Boston butt that your family is going to love. Now you can take out part of the liquid and finish shredding. Now let's get started on those sides. First up is mayonnaise coleslaw. This is a medium-sized cabbage head that I have removed the outer leaf, washed, and now I'm going to cut it up, removing the core, and cut it down so I can fit it into my food processor. If you're not used to cutting up your own cabbage, the core is rather large, so you want to cut off around the stem, and then once you cut it, you'll be able to see where the core is, and it is that big chunk of a white section right there. So I'm going to continue to cut it until I don't see any more of that solid white center. Cabbage goes a long way, so I'm going to cut this down, but you will see that I'm only going to use about half of this cabbage for a rather large bowl of coleslaw. I'm using my Ninja, and it does the perfect fine shaved coleslaw that my family loves. But you can decide how big or small you want your pieces of cabbage to be. That half of a cabbage head made 6 cups of coleslaw. To the shredded cabbage, I added a half a cup of mayonnaise, plus another large tablespoon that you'll see me add later. Now just stir that around and see if it looks moist enough for you. But keep in mind, as your cabbage sweats, it will have more liquid in it later. Next, I'll add 2 tablespoons of sugar. Again, this is based on personal preference. Next, add a splash of vinegar to keep your slaw from turning brown. Next, we'll add salt and pepper to taste, and then you're going to taste it and see if you need to add anything else. You can always add shredded carrots. This will make it look more like traditional slaw, but I did not have any, and to us, it tastes just about the same. This will be good in your refrigerator for 2 to 3 days, and especially if you add the vinegar, it will not turn brown on you. Now on to our next side. Our next side is corn pudding, or corn casserole as some people might call it. In a large bowl, add 1 stick of butter and 1/4 cup of sugar. Now we will cream this until everything is good and combined. It is easier if your butter is softened before you start this. Next, add 2 whole eggs and cream that in with your butter and sugar mixture. Next, add 1 cup of sour cream and mix that in as well. This bowl may look a little big for this mixture, but trust me, you're gonna need it. Next, add 1 box of Jiffy corn mix, and it has to be Jiffy. If you are like me and buy the Jiffy corn mix in bulk, it is 1.5 cups, which equals a small box. Next, we'll add 1/2 cup of milk to the mixture. This batter will look thin, and that's okay. It will get a lot thicker once you add your corn. Speaking of corn, we're going to add 1 can of drained whole kernel corn and 1 can of cream style corn to the mixture. But now we're not going to use the mixer. We're going to fold in the corn so that the corn does not get chopped up. This will be cooked in a 350-degree oven for 45 to 50 minutes or until everything is set. Make sure to spray your pan, and you want to pour this into an 8x8 or a 9x9 oven-safe dish. You will know when it's done when it's golden brown and the center is set and not jiggly. You may need to cover it midway so that the top does not burn. There you have it, a delicious meal that I also serve with potato wedges. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Come back and see me!